Getting a top internship can feel, well, impossible, right? You spend hours polishing your resume. You hit apply on a dozen websites, and then crickets? But what if I told you the real game isn't even being played there? Okay, let's dive into the playbook the experts are using to actually win these roles.
First things first, you have to understand the world you're stepping into, and this number says it all. A whopping 85%. That's how many jobs, according to research, get filled through networking, not through online applications. This means the vast majority of opportunities are happening through connections, through people who know people.
Now, hold that 85% in your head and look at this number, 2%. For the most competitive investment banking internships, the acceptance rate can be as low as 2%. That's tougher than getting into Harvard or Stanford. So the front door that everyone is crowding around, it's incredibly small. So that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? When the odds are stacked against you and the best jobs aren't even posted online, how do you possibly break through all that noise? Well, here's the good news. It's not about luck. It's all about strategy. And that strategy starts right here, in phase 1, building your strategic blueprint. This is all the critical prep work you have to do long before you even think about sending a single application. Let's talk timing, because it is everything. And what's really wild is how early the game starts. The peak season for the big firms kicks off between August and November. That's right, late summer into the fall. So if you're waiting for classes to get going before you start looking, you're already behind the curve. Yes, smaller companies might hire all year, but for the big names, the race starts before the semester does. All right, next up, your resume. It needs a total rethink. Stop thinking of it as a history of your past jobs. It's not a list of chores. It is a value proposition. It's a sales document for you. Every single bullet point has to be an action you took that led to a specific outcome, and quantify everything. Helped manage customer flow is okay, I guess, but decreased waiting time by 10%? That is powerful. It shows the impact you can make from day one. And this right here, this is so crucial. Companies are not just hiring a spreadsheet of skills. They're hiring a person who gets their mission, who fits their culture. You have to do the deep dive, read the reports, understand what they actually care about. You've got to show them not just that you can do the job, but that you genuinely belong on their team. Okay, let's shift gears to phase 2, making meaningful contact. Your blueprint is ready, your resume is sharp, now it's time to get off the sidelines and into the game. I mean, this quote from Ann Piccirillo really says it all, doesn't it? It connects right back to that 85% number. You can have the most perfect, beautiful resume on the planet, but a real human connection, a warm introduction, that's what gets you past the robot screeners and into an actual conversation. So how do you actually build those relationships from scratch? A lot of the time, it starts with a cold email, but it has to be a smart one, not spam. Do your homework. Find a few specific people in the exact department you're targeting. Your subject line has to be short, direct, and make them want to click. And the email itself? You're not asking for a job. You're showing genuine interest in their work and hinting at how you could add value. And then, follow up. Politely, but persistently. Okay, so you did it. Your strategy worked, your networking paid off, and you've landed an interview. Fantastic. Now, welcome to phase 3, nailing the audition. And trust me, it really is an audition. So the process these days is a full-on gauntlet designed to weed people out. First, your resume has to get past the robot gatekeeper, the applicant tracking system. Then you'll probably get hit with automated online tests, these weird games and puzzles that are supposed to measure your personality. After that, you're likely talking to a camera in a pre-recorded video interview. It's only after you clear all those hurdles that you finally get to the main event with actual humans, the assessment center or the super day. And when you're in those interviews, they're going to throw all kinds of questions at you. You've got your behavioral questions, the classic, tell me about a time when. Then there are competency questions, where they want proof you have a certain skill. They'll test you with situational curveballs, like what would you do if? And depending on the job, you could get a deep dive case study or a tough technical quiz. You have to be ready for anything. And that brings us to the final showdown. Phase 4, winning the final round. This is it. This is where the decisions are made. The Super Day is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's an intense, high-pressure marathon of back-to-back interviews. We're talking 3, 4, maybe even 6 different people, from junior analysts all the way up to managing directors, all in a single day. It is exhausting. But here is the secret, the thing most candidates don't get. By the time you make it to the super day, they already know you're smart. They've seen your resume, your test scores, all of it. They believe you can do the job. This final round, it's a test for something else entirely. You need to focus on what I call the 3 C's. First, consistency. Is your story, your why, the same no matter who you're talking to? Second, character. Who are you when you're not listing achievements? What makes you, you? And third, and maybe most importantly, culture. This is the gut check. Can they picture themselves stuck in an office with you at 2 a.m. trying to hit a deadline? Do you just fit? And even here, the odds are tough. Check this out. Only about 30 to 40% of the people who make it to a super day actually get an offer. That's why the goal can't be to land just one super day. The real strategy is to get invited to 4 or 5 of them. That's how you play the numbers game and turn a low probability into a near certainty of landing at least one great offer. So what is it? What's that final piece of the puzzle? That competitive edge that gets you over the finish line? Well, it all boils down to one huge shift in your mindset. Just look at this comparison. On one side, you have the passive learner. This is most candidates. Their whole pitch is, I'm here to learn from you. They talk about what the company can do for them. But the winning candidate? They're the emerging contributor. They flip the script. They walk in and say, I've done my homework, I see the challenges you're facing, and here's how I can add value and help you solve them. This quote from Aaron Mack just nails it. Don't just apply. Add value before you're even hired. Show them your initiative. Prove that you are there to contribute from day one, not just to take up a desk and learn. This is the mindset that separates the person who gets the job from, well, everyone else. So as you get ready for your own search, stop asking what you want to learn. Start with a much, much more powerful question. What problem are you going to solve for them? If you can answer that, you're not just another applicant. You're the solution they've been looking for.